seeing you. I know it's not because we've been monitoring for the last hour. This is KF4KFQ calling all amateur radio operators. This is KF4KFQ with the 22nd annual Middle Tennessee Christmas Eve Santa Net. My name is Tony and I will be your net control operator this evening. Purpose of this net is for passing information concerning Santa sightings and for helping Santa in general, as well as other information of interest to children, young and old, throughout the local amateur radio community. This net meets tonight only at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The net is held on 146.415 simplex, and this is cross-banded with 446.415 simplex, and you can hear it throughout Middle Tennessee. The Santa Net is also simulcast on YouTube and Facebook Live. Just go to YouTube and enter K4PEW or Brain Trusts, plural, on either your PC, phone, or smart TV, the device of your choice. And for Facebook Live, search for Middle Tennessee Santa Net. This is KF4KFQ. All licensed amateur radio operators are welcome to join this session of the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. This is an open net serving all amateur radio operators, and we also welcome all those that are listening this evening on Facebook, YouTube, and scanners. This is a directed net, and please follow instructions of me, KF4KFQ. When you check in, please give your call and give your name, location, and remember to pause for a couple of seconds to let everything link up that needs to, because we got a lot of plates going in the air this evening. Are there any stations at this time with emergency or priority traffic? Please call now.
This is Bruce, on board North Pole 1 calling Santa Net Control.
This is Santa Net Control. Go ahead.
This is Bruce. Yep, I'm working 2-meter mobile again this year. Santa and I just leaving Iceland, and we're over the Labrador Sea. We'll soon be making a quick stop in Greenland before heading off to Baffin Island. From there, it's just a quick hop over the Hudson Bay and across the Canadian Shield towards Newfoundland. We should reach the United States real soon, so make sure all the little boys and girls are ready for Santa. This is Bruce, on board North Pole 1. Back to Net Control.
All right. Sounds like Santa is inbound. This is KF4KFQ. Any stations anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
Net Control, this is Kilo November 4, Charlie, Quebec, over.
We recognize Charlie, Quebec. Go ahead, sir. All right, let me see. Net Control, Santa Net Control calling North Pole 1. Santa Net Control calling North Pole 1. Can we get you there, Santa? Over. Ho, ho, ho. This is Santa on North Pole 1. Go ahead. Ho, ho, ho. Hi. Good evening. Have you been good this year? Okay, we'll be heading into North America real soon, so I hope you get everything ready for my visit tonight. This is Santa on board North Pole 1. Back to Net Control. All right, this is KF4KFQ, Net Control for the Middle Tennessee Santa Net.
This is Bruce calling Santa Net Control. Bruce calling Santa Net Control.
Santa Net Control. Go ahead.
This is Bruce. I'm on North Pole 1. Santa and I just left Reykjavik, Iceland, heading towards the North American continent. We'll be there soon. This is Bruce on board North Pole 1.
All right, they're headed into North America. This is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic, please call out.
Net Control, this is K4KCF with some traffic.
Net Control recognizes Kilo 4 Kilo Charlie Foxtrot. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. I have a young man here. He'd like to talk to Santa.
Stand by. Net Control calling North Pole 1. Santa, are you around? Ho, ho, ho. This is Santa. Go ahead.
My name is Levi, and I'm in Middle Tennessee.
Ho, ho, ho. Hi, Levi. I know you. I know your dad. He fights fires. And I know your sister Lily, too.
Are you a Christian?
Ho, ho, ho. Santa doesn't talk about personal things.
How old are you?
I am very old. I am ancient.
Thank you, Santa. Bye.
Okay, this is Santa on North Pole 1. Back to Net Control. And this is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Thanks, Kevin.
This is Bruce calling Santa Net Control.
This is Santa Net Control. Go ahead.
This is Bruce on board North Pole 1. I'll be riding with Santa again this year, working 2-meter mobile and letting all the boys and girls know where we are. Santa's going to be accepting calls from any boys and girls that are ham operators or know someone who is. Santa and I look forward to hearing from everybody this year. This is Bruce on board North Pole 1. Back to Net Control.
And this is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any stations anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
Phonetic line 2. Go ahead, caller.
This is Lieutenant Foster with the North American Radar Defense Command.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
Yes, we are currently tracking a single inbound intermittent contact on radar vectored at 218 degrees relative.
Well, Lieutenant, how can we help?
Currently, we are unable to determine this target. NORAD is hoping that we could call on the amateur radio community in assisting in a positive identification of this target and verify its intentions.
Is there any danger, Lieutenant?
Yes, at this time, NORAD is unable to ascertain the target's intentions. Until we can make this determination, we must consider the bogey as hostile.
Hostile? But, Lieutenant, this is Christmas Eve.
The defense of our nation does not take a holiday. Fighter aircraft have been scrambled. However, due to the intermittent nature of the radar contact, any information we could receive from ground stations would be helpful.
Well, we'll certainly pass this information along to our monitoring amateur stations and let you know if we see anything.
Thank you. We will contact you later. Well, this is KF4KFQ with Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call now.
Oh, Miss Autopatch, go ahead with your call. You're on the air.
I'd like to call and report. There's some strange looking critters hanging around my house. Looks like a whole herd of something.
Strange deer, mate? Can you describe them?
Well, I've seen deer jump before. I mean, they used to jump the fence into Paul's corn crib all the time, but these deer jump and they just don't come down.
You mean they're flying?
I guess you could say that. Don't rightly know how. They're dragging this big trailer behind them, and the lead deer, well, he looks like he's been drinking too much eggnog.
Drinking too much eggnog?
Yeah, I guess. His nose is all shiny and red. My brother Luther, he would come home that way sometimes after bowling night.
Okay. Thank you very much, Colin.
This is KF4 KFQ of Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call in. This is KF4 KFQ with Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any stations with traffic, please call in.
This is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Wait a minute. Come in. Oh my, Santa Net listeners, but you won't believe this, but there's a big old deer in the ham shack right now. Excuse me. It's Windy. Sorry. And he talks too. So, Mr. Deer, what is your name? Chester. Well, hello, Chester. So what brings you out tonight? Santa's backup reindeer. I fly a reindeer in case one of the main sleigh deer has a problem. What kind of problem? I have to be on call at a moment's notice in case Dixon sprains an antler or Rudy shorts out and can't keep his nose in. Anything like that. Oh, gotta go. Santa's coming. This could be my big chance. See you later. Okay, see you later, Chester. This is KF4 KFQ with the Santa Net.
Any stations anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now. Station calling. I'm getting your full scale, but there's no audio. Try again. KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic, please call now.
Net control, this is K4 KCF with more traffic.
Recognize KC4 KCF. Go ahead.
Roger that. I have a little girl named Lily that would like to talk to Santa.
Okay, let me see. Santa's busy. Well, let me see. We can usually get him. This is Santa Net Control. Calling North Pole 1. Santa Net Control calling North Pole 1. You around, Santa? This is Santa on North Pole 1. Go ahead.
Hi, Santa.
Hi. How you doing, Lily?
Good.
I know you've been good this year, keeping that brother of yours in line, I know.
I have been good this year.
I know you have. Whoops, hang on. Gotta go down the chimney. Be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. All right. So, are you getting ready to go to bed so I can come visit your house?
Yes, I am.
I know you are. All right, gotta go. This is North Pole 1. Back to desk control.
Okay, bye.
All right, this KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Thanks, Kevin. And Merry Christmas. KF4 KFQ with the Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call now.
Buddy calling North Pole Elf Desk. This is Buddy calling the North Pole Elf Desk. North Pole Elf Desk, this is Bernard. What you need, buddy? Hey, Bernard. Tell Santa that I kind of made a mess in Liam's living room down here in Lebanon. You think the elves should shipping to put something extra special in the sleigh just for Liam? Where are you located, buddy? I'm down here in Lebanon, Tennessee. Tell the elves that Liam is 8 years old. They'll know what to do. Stand by, buddy. Yeah, okay. Stanley down in shipping said he could expedite something. Okay, thanks a lot, Bernard. This is Buddy signing off.
And this is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call now.
Hello, you've reached the Santa Net and you're on the air.
This here is Maurice. My brother Luther and I, we've heard there might be some deer out here tonight. Luther just ran out of the house saying he's going to try to catch him some deer. Mama said leave those deer alone. She says there's something magic about them. Me, I can't rightly say, but when Mama said leave them alone, I guess me ought to might have. Trouble is, Luther's run off. I can't find him anywhere. I don't suppose you've seen him, have you? Wait, there's a big racket in the backyard. I'll have to try to get back to you.
And this is KF4 KFQ with Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic, please call now.
KQ4 FQO.
Station calling, try again.
KQ4 FQO.
KQ4 FQO. Go ahead, sir.
Little Miss Autumn that was hoping that she might be able to speak to Santa tonight.
All right, stand by. KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net calling North Pole 1. North Pole 1, are you there? This is Santa. Go ahead. That sounds like my friend Miss Autumn. I know you've been good this year.
Been good.
I know that I have you on here as living out in Old Hickory, I believe. That's what I've got on my list, and I checked it twice.
Yeah.
I know you love Barbies, too. I think there may be something extra special in my sleigh tonight just for you.
I love Bob.
Well, I know you've been good, and I'll see you real soon. So, better get to bed, or I can't come and visit.
Bye.
Goodbye. Good night. And I'll be at your house in just a little while. This is Santa on board North Pole 1. Back to net control. And this is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. And KQ4 FQO. Thank you a lot.
Thank you very much. I'll be clear.
All right. Thanks a lot. I hope we made her day. This is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call down.
This is Bruce on board North Pole 1 calling Santa Net Control.
This is Santa Net Control. Go ahead.
This is Bruce working 2-meter mobile on board North Pole 1. Again, the name here is Bruce, SLH2.
Net Control recognizes Bruce on board North Pole 1. Are you with Santa?
Yep, working 2-meter HT on board Santa's sleigh.
So what does SLH2 stand for?
Santa's Little Helper Class 2. Anyway, do you think it'd be possible for a package pickup over near Goose Creek? We had a package without a sleigh somewhere over Goose Creek, and it would be a real time saver if someone could pick it up and deliver it to little Johnny Michael off Benton Road. 2 good old boys near Goose Creek caught Santa to veer suddenly, and the package just fell out.
Okay, I'll pass the traffic along to the net.
And this is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic, please call out.
From the Elephants, line 6, go ahead, caller.
Hello! Hello! There's something on the roof. I have no idea how someone got up there.
Well, what have you seen?
Can't really say that I've seen anything, but whatever it is up there, it's making lots of noise.
Noise? What kind of noise? Did you have something fall on your roof, like a tree branch or something?
No, nothing like that. This noise is a bunch of footsteps on the roof. No, not footsteps. It's not exactly right. It's more like a bunch of animals.
Really?
Oh, wait. There's someone in the living room. I can hear them rustling around. I'm scared.
Are you somewhere where you can take a peek?
Okay, just a minute. Okay, I see someone.
What? Okay, what is it you see?
I can't see his face. It's some old guy. He's wearing a red coat and a big black sack. Hope that's not one of my good pillowcases.
Anything else?
He's putting his finger on his nose. Guess he's got an itch. Wait, no, where'd he go? He was right there. Oh, look, that's a beautiful gift all over my Christmas tree. Good old guy was. He can come back anytime he wants to.
Okay, thanks a lot, caller.
And this is KF4KFQ. You never know who's going to call in on the Santa Net. This is the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
This is Bruce Hill on board North Pole 1 calling the Hamilton House. Hey, Peaches, are you, Marshmallow, and Sally still up? Santa and his team are going to be over Smyrna real soon, so I hope you've gotten Haley, Tyler, and little Faith tucked into bed. We'll be there in just a little while. This is Bruce on board North Pole 1 signing off.
And this is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call now.
Hello, you've reached the Santa Net and you're on the air.
Hello. Yes, this is Luther Fitzwillie. I've been looking for my brother Maurice, but I can't seem to find my brother anywhere. I know he's around here somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. I think I see a deer. I see a whole bunch of deer. I'll just bet I can sneak up on him and grab the deer by the antlers and haul him on home. Come here, dear. Wow. Come here, dear. Never mind.
And that's KF4. This is KF4 KFQ, Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call now.
This is KF4 KFQ, the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Come in.
Fancy pizza pizza. I got 14 deep dish pizzas here for a Mr. Kringle. Half pepperoni, half alfalfa sprouts.
Oh, I'm sorry, there's no one here by that name.
Really? This is the third house I stopped at. The address I've been given just keeps changing. What's up with that?
What does Mr. Kringle have a first name?
Just an initial K. Who orders alfalfa sprouts on pizza?
Well, this is just a guess, but I would say the K stands for Chris.
All I know is these pizzas are getting cold.
Well, if I can get a message to Mr. Kringle, I'll let him know his pizzas are ready.
Well, where is he?
Well, don't worry. I'm sure Chris Kringle will find you. This is KF4, KFQ with the Santa Net.
And any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
From the Autopass, line 3. Go ahead, caller.
This is Lieutenant Foster with the North American Radar Air Defense Command.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
Sir, this is in follow-up to our previous communication regarding that bogey that we're tracking on radar. Air Defense Radar has painted an inbound airborne target near Ridgetop, Tennessee, vectored at 227 degrees with an estimated airspeed of 1400 knots.
Wow, 1,400 knots?
Yes, sir, this is confirmed. Given the speed and high-speed turns, NORAD has determined that this is neither a commercial or military target. However, the target is traveling at very low altitude, and at this time it is difficult to maintain radar lock. NORAD is requesting that anyone sees this unidentified contact, please contact us immediately.
Well, we'll certainly pass this information along to our monitoring amateur radio stations and let you know if we see anything.
So this is KF4 KFQ. If anybody has any sightings, please call in. KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call now.
8-year-old Virginia O'Hanlon wrote a letter to the editor of New York's Sun, and the quick response was printed as an unsigned editorial September 21st, 1897. The work of veteran newsman Francis Church has since become history's most reprinted newspaper editorial, appearing in part or in whole in dozens of languages, in books, movies, and other editorials, and on posters and stamps. Here is the editorial. Dear editor, I am 8 years old. Some of my little friends say there is no Santa Claus. Papa says, if you see it in the sun, it is so. Please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus? Virginia O'Hanlon, 115 West 95th Street. Virginia, your little friends are wrong. They have been affected by the skepticism of a skeptical age. They do not believe except what they see. They think that nothing can be which is not comprehensible by their little minds. All minds, Virginia, whether they be men's or children's, are little. In this great universe of ours, man is a mere insect, an ant, in his intellect, as compared with the boundless world about him, as measured by the intelligence capable of grasping the whole of truth and knowledge. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist, and you know that they abound and give to your life its highest beauty and joy. Alas, how dreary would be the world if there were no Santa Claus. It would be as dreary as if there were no Virginias. There would be no childlike faith then, no poetry, no romance to make tolerable this existence. We should have no enjoyment except in sense and sight. The eternal light with which childhood fills the world would be extinguished. Not believe in Santa Claus? You might as well not believe in fairies. You might get your papa to hire men to watch in all the chimneys on Christmas Eve to catch Santa Claus. But even if they did not see Santa Claus coming down, what would that prove? Nobody sees Santa Claus, but that's not a sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in the world are those that neither children nor men can see. Did you ever see fairies dancing on the lawn? Of course not. But that's no proof that they are not there. No one can conceive or imagine all the wonders there are unseen and unseeable in the world. You may tear apart the baby's rattle and see what makes the noise inside, but there is a veil covering the unseen world which not the strongest man, nor even the united strength of all the strongest men that ever lived, could tear apart. Only faith, fancy, poetry, love, romance can push aside the curtain and view and picture the supernatural beauty and glory beyond. Is it all real? Ah, Virginia, in all this world, there is nothing else real and abiding. No Santa Claus? Thank God he lives, and he lives forever. 1,000 years from now, Virginia, nay, 10 times 10,000 years from now, he will continue to make glad the heart of childhood.
And this is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any stations with traffic for the net. If you're out there, give me a shout. KF4KFQ, traffic for the net, call now.
North Pole Help Desk calling North Pole 1. North Pole Help Desk calling North Pole 1. This is Bruce. North Pole 1. What you need, Bernard? Hey, Bruce, this is Bernard. The distribution elves just received a last-minute update from Harry, Zoe, Samson, and Hadley in Maryland. But we don't see them on our distribution schedule. Do you know anything about this? This is Bruce. Stand by, Bernard. I'm checking the Santa. It's okay. We've got it covered, Bernard. Santa's telling me all about Allie Jackson and what a sweet, kind heart she has, and how much Zoe Branch really loves animals. Santa can't get over how much Samson Culver loves turning around on trucks and motorcycles. And that Hadley Davis, don't mess with her blankie. Santa's got something picked out specially for each one of them. He loaded it on the sleigh personally before we took off. We got you covered. Okay, Bruce, just double checking. Don't know anybody to not get a present for Christmas. This is the North Pole Help Desk out.
And this is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic, please call in.
This is Bruce the Elf calling North Pole. Bruce the Elf calling North Pole. You've reached the North Pole Elf Desk. This is Bernard. What you need, Bruce? Hey, Bernard. This is Bruce. On board North Pole 1. Santa's coming into Smyrna now. We're supposed to make a delivery to the Zulowski family in Smyrna. We're flying in from the north. We see a whole bunch of lights still on at their house. Santa wants to reroute and maybe come back later when everyone's asleep. Let me check with delivery routing at the elf desk. Stand by. Hey, Bruce, have Santa detour north and east about 30 miles a lot, Bernard. No problem, Bruce. Elf desk out.
And this is KF4 KFQ, getting an insight into the delivery and logistics of Santa on Christmas Eve. KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call that.
This is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Come in. Well, hello, Chester. So what'd Santa want?
Oh, we broke this cookie on the triune. That comic. He took a litter book. Santa doesn't like the litter, so I get called in to pick up the trash.
Well, I guess somebody has to.
Yep, that's the way it is for a backup reindeer. I just have to wait nearby until I'm needed.
So how long have you been a backup reindeer?
457 years this coming New Year's. I replaced a great backup named Wilson. He was one cool reindeer. He retired after flying backup for 788 years.
So how come I've never heard of you?
That's the way it is for a backup reindeer. Nobody knows about us. Those reindeer get all the songs and poems, but no one gives us backup guys a second thought. But maybe, just maybe.
Oh, I gotta go. Santa's calling. This could be my big chance. See you later. Okay, see you later, Chester. This is KF4 KFQ with the Santa Net.
Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call that.
From the Autopatch, go ahead, caller.
I'm calling to report I got a bunch of deers over here in my yard.
Deer, really?
Yes, deer. Look out the window just a bit ago, and there were all these deer just standing there, all just tied up. They must belong to someone.
Okay, well, exactly what do you want?
Someone needs to come over here and get these deer out of my yard. They're trumping all over my mama's mums and making a terrible racket. All of them, bell ringing and all.
I see. Well,
wait a minute. There's some old fat guy with them now. Yep, he's got them hooked up to an old trailer bed or something. Mama's gonna be so mad. Oh, look now. Now they're eating some of her mums. You need to get someone over here right away.
Well, where are you located?
Out here in Smyrna. Just ask anybody. Anyone can tell you how to get here. To Miss Bessie's house. We're just up the holler from the old straw mill down the ridge road. And now look, he's making them deer dragons sorry that, you know what, around the yard in this trailer of his. Oh man, I hope he doesn't leave a lot of ruts in the yard. He'll never get these grass grows.
Okay, I'll let everyone know to be on the lookout. And I'll pass the traffic along to the net. This is KF4 KFQ, back to net control.
Any station with traffic for the net, please call it.
This is Bruce Humble North Pole 1 calling Santa Net Control.
This is Santa Net Control. Go ahead.
This is Bruce Humble North Pole 1. Just had to stop and reverse. Miss Bessie, and she was still awake, and ooh, it could have been ugly. I think Santa thinks that maybe Miss Bessie got too bad. Anyway, this is Bruce Humble North Pole 1. We're quick.
All right, KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call that.
Kilo Delta 9, Papa, Quebec, India.
Papa Delta India, I believe. Go ahead.
It's Kilo Delta 9, Papa, Quebec, India. Good evening, Santa. We're on the road, and I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas and wish you safe travels tonight.
Well, I know he will appreciate that, and we really appreciate you calling in. So where are you at? You out doing checking lights out on the houses, or are you heading to visit with family?
Well, I'm out with family right now. We're just checking out the Christmas scenery around here, making sure everything's looking good for Santa's arrival. We're on I-24 westbound right now, just leaving Nashville.
Okay, great. How is the audio?
Oh, you're sounding great. I just got on 24 West. I'm at about mile marker 43, but you're sounding really good out there.
All right, thank you. We really, really appreciate that. And I wish you, and I'm sure Santa does too, all of the best, and especially in the coming new year. KF4, KFQ, net control with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any stations anywhere with traffic for the net, please call in.
This is Bernard. What you need, Bruce?
This is Bruce. We just flew over Jack's house in Smyrna, Tennessee, and he's not there. Found out he's out of town.
Stand by, Bruce. Bruce, this is Bernard. We got a last-minute change on Jack's. He's up in Idaho visiting with his bonus mom's folks. You might want to check with our Smyrna field elf Aimer. He knows all the details. Don't know what to tell you about deliveries.
Okay. We'll be headed up toward Idaho after we finish up here in Tennessee. I guess if we can't find him there, I guess we'll look in Texas. This is Bruce, signing off.
And this is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. And Merry Christmas to all those that are listening out there. And I know a lot of you just listen, and you, for whatever reason, you don't choose to call in, and that's okay. But any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call in.
Hello, you've reached the Santa Net and you're on the air.
This here is Maurice. My brother Luther and I, we've heard there might be some deer out here tonight. Luther just ran out of the house saying he's going to try to catch him some deer. Mama said leave those deer alone. She says there's something magic about them. Me, I can't rightly say, but when Mama says leave them alone, I guess me ought to might have. Trouble is, Luther's run off. I can't find him anywhere. I don't suppose you've seen him, have you? Wait. Wait, there's a big racket in the backyard. I'll have to try to get back to you.
And this is KF4 KFQ, Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Poor old Maurice, he gets in all sorts of issues, especially on Christmas Eve. Any station, anywhere with traffic for the net, please call in.
KM4 YRF.
Go ahead, sir.
Man, I need some help from Santa this year.
Okay, why? You off your medication?
No, medication's good. It's I'm having some antenna issues. I think I finally figured it out today, but I may need a new antenna.
Well, I dare ask, but have you been good?
I have been so good you wouldn't believe.
Okay, well, we'll check with alternate sources on that, but as long as you've been good, you will probably get what you are asking for.
Oh man, that would be great.
Okay, great. You wouldn't happen to have seen Santa or any of his deers flying around while you're out there, have you?
No, I didn't see a thing, but I could hear some jingle bells.
All right, that's great. Okay, any other traffic for the net?
No, that's all. Back to net control.
All right, thanks a lot. We really appreciate you calling in. This is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any stations anywhere with traffic for the net, please call in.
Mama's Christmas Miracle. Mama told me a story a long, long time ago, not like any that I'd ever heard, all about a little girl Mama used to know, How I remember every word. Seems like a lifetime ago, though I remember it so well. It was a Christmas Eve I'll never forget, as far as I can tell. We were sitting at the kitchen table. It was only my mother and me. I was dreaming of Christmas morning and all the presents under the tree. Dad wasn't doing that well, and money was scarce that year. Mama found a way of telling me without me shedding one tear. She told me a story of a little girl in a Christmas long ago who came from far away, a place where it rarely snowed. Santa was just a dream to her, but she believed so much inside that Christmas was going to be special, so she knelt by her bed and she cried, "Lord, let Santa remember me, if not just this one time. I promise I won't ask for much. Maybe a dolly I can call all mine." She closed her prayer and thanked the Lord for all that she received. She knew that Santa would really come if only she believed. She wrote a letter to Santa, unfamiliar to most girls and boys, though her list was long and full. On it, there were no toys, only things we take for granted, like new shoes or underpants, hair bows for her sisters, and gloves to warm her brother's hands. At the bottom of her list, she asked if it not be too much for a brand new baby doll she could hold and love and touch. Then Christmas morning came, and she looked beneath her tree, not a present to be found as far as she could see. She didn't give up hope as she heard a knocking sound. When she opened up her door, a great big box she found. She called out to her mother and dad, brothers and sisters too. She said, "My prayers were answered. There's something in here for all of you." Her daddy got brand new boots, her mother new underpants. Her sisters got beautiful hair bows, her brothers warm gloves for their hands. Buried deep beneath the box was a brand new baby doll and a note that said, "Merry Christmas. I love you one and all." I'll never forget that story because, much to my surprise, I saw the true meaning of Christmas shining in my mother's eyes. For those of you who are wondering, as if you didn't know, the little girl in Mama's story was my mother long ago.
And this is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call in.
KD9PQI, checking in again.
Go ahead, sir.
Boy, I'm about to lose my signal, but if I do, I might need a better antenna, just like that other station. So I hope Santa's antennas are good on display, but I think I saw some lights and might have seen him passing by just a little bit ago.
Okay, I know NORAD's out chasing a bogey tonight. You wouldn't happen to have seen any F-16s or anything maybe flying along with this sighting of yours, would you?
I don't know, but I think they've got word that Big Santa's up there, so they're going to be careful before they take anything down. They might need an escort through some of this airspace, but I'm watching out for that as well. And I think air traffic control is keeping an eye on them.
Okay, great. How's the audio from the Santa Net?
You are sounding nice and clear. 5'9", and I'm at milepost 33 right now on I-24 West.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm starting to lose you just a little bit. So have a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year coming up. This is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
N8NUT, the net control.
Go ahead, sir.
I got my little Callie right here with me. It's wondering if we could talk to Santa.
All right, well, stand by. I'll see if I can get him on the horn. This is KF4KFQ with Santa Net Control calling North Pole 1. North Pole 1, are you there? Ho, ho, ho! This is Santa. Go ahead!
Hey, Santa.
Ho, ho, ho! Go ahead!
Do you have my elf wants to go with you?
I got my elf Bruce here with me tonight.
Have I been good?
I know you have. I'm checking my list again.
Have a good night.
You have a good night, and to all a good night. This is Santa at the North on North Pole 1. Back to deck control. All right, Santa. Thank you for that. This is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
Thank you, Net Control. NADNUT, clear.
I hope she enjoyed that.
This is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Oh, come in. Oh, hello, Chester. Oh, Santa needed his hot chocolate milk refilled. Well, I would have thought that Bruce the Elf would have handled that chore since he's flying on board North Pole 1 tonight. You think so? No, let Chester do it. So how do you get along with the other reindeer? Want to know the behind the scenes of the North Pole, eh? Well, there's Dasher. Well, who hasn't heard of Dasher? He's one of the fastest reindeer in Santa's herd. He's always ready to dash out the door. He runs track and field during the off-season. He's always very fashion conscious and really loves to be social. What about Dancer? Dancer? Now there's a reindeer with a unique personality. When he's not helping Santa, he's always having dance parties. He's really popular with the elves. He really loves popcorn. He's always grateful when the children leave popcorn out at the stop. And Prancer? Prancer loves the other reindeer and would do anything for them. He also likes to carry a mirror around and look at himself. Mrs. Claus even made a special reindeer harness that's red and green with extra attachments for his mirror, comb, and brush. Oh, gotta go. Santa's calling. This could be my big chance. See you later. Okay, see you later, Chester. This is KF4 KFQ with the Santa Net.
Any stations with traffic for the net, please call now.
This here is Ma Reese. My brother Luther and I, we thought we'd drop by and read this wonderful Christmas poem called Night Before Christmas for the Santa Net. You think that'd be all right? Is that all right with you, Luther? All right. Well, it goes kind of like this. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, the mosquitoes were still biting because, well, we live in the South. Stockings were hung by the chimney with care, but it's already 100 degrees in here. Children were in bed, but they're probably playing possum, just waiting for Saint Nick to bring them something awesome. When out in the front yard, I heard something rattle, so I grabbed my shotgun just to make it skedaddle. I ran out the front door, and what did I see? None other than Santa Claus in an F-150. There was no miniature sleigh, no 8 tiny reindeer, just an old fat man dressed up in camouflage gear. He said, had to bring the truck 'cause the sleigh is in the shop. Can I leave this here or should I park it on the rooftop? And then in a twinkling, he dropped the tailgate, hiding the tag of Pride for written on his plate. He climbed in the truck bed where his goodies were stowed. Then he suddenly popped up and said, "Want to help me unload?" I brought him inside and he threw down his sack. Then his face lit up like he was on Prozac. He saw the milk and cookies and asked, "Are these for me? Do you mind swapping out the milk for a tall glass of sweet tea?" Then he went straight to work frying up some bologna. I was beginning to think this Santa's a phony. He finished his sandwich and waddled towards the door, asking for directions just to the house next door. It was obvious this was an imposter to the highest degree. took a long time to figure out what he was doing. Now I'm afraid all of our holidays have just been ruined. Then all of a sudden in my house he appeared with his bright red suit, his long white beard. That's the way it was, wasn't it there, Luther? Oh, yeah, that's the way it was. Yeah. I told him how Christmas is nearly falling apart. He just laughed and shook his head and said, "Bless your heart." When his work was done, he just vanished from the room. And up on the roof, I heard a loud boom. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas, y'all. I reckon we'll call it a night. This is Maurice and my brother Luther. You over there, Luther?" Oh, yep. And he's back to net control.
Hey, and this is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call in.
From the auto patch, go ahead, caller.
I'm calling back to report. The sergeant of police said to call you. It sounds like I got somebody walking on my roof.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, it sounds like there's somebody on my roof. I can hear footsteps up there. Now, I've told you to get someone down here now. I think this fat old guy I called about a little while ago. I don't know how, but somehow he drove his sorry self up on the roof, and he falls off. Well, I'm not going to be responsible.
Well, where exactly are you again?
Miss Bessie's out in Smyrna. I mean, he's making a lot of noise up there. Wait. Mama says that somehow he's drugged a whole bunch of deer up there on our roof. Look, you're going to have to get someone over here with some ladders or something to get help to get him down before he gets hurt.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
No, wait. Mama says it's gone. What, Mama? They did what? Mama's saying they took off flying straight up off the roof. I'm sorry I bothered you. Mama's been coming down with the old timer's disease. Must just been some squirrel or some kind of critter up there making racket. Sorry I've had to bother you.
Okay, no problem. This is KF4 KFQ, back to net control.
Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call in. This is KF4 KFQ. I'm going to do a recitation now of a actual letter written during the Korean War, and it's of all the bits we do, the skits and whatnot, this is probably my favorite. Actually, it is my favorite, and I really hope you enjoy it. It's called Letter to Michael.
This is the story of a young Marine named Michael, who wrote a letter home to his mother while he was in the hospital after having been wounded in Korea in 1950. A Navy chaplain named Walter Moldy apparently was given the letter, checked the facts, and concluded that what was in the letter was true. Here is that letter. Dear Mom, I wouldn't dare write this letter to anybody but you because no one else would believe it. Maybe even you'll find it hard, but I've got to tell somebody. First off, I'm in a hospital. Now, don't worry. You hear me? Don't worry. I was wounded, but I'm okay. You understand? Okay. The doctor says I'll be up and around in about a month. But that's not what I want to tell you. Remember when I joined the Marines last year? Remember when I left how you told me to say a prayer every day? Well, you really didn't have to tell me that. Ever since I can remember, you always told me to pray. Well, I always have. When I got to Korea, I prayed even harder. Remember the prayers that you taught me? Well, I said prayers every day, sometimes when I was marching, sometimes resting, but always before I went to sleep. I even got some of the other fellows to say prayers. Well, one day, I was in an advanced detail, way up over the front lines. We were scouting for commies. I was plodding along in the bitter cold. My breath was like cigar smoke. I thought I knew every guy in the patrol when alongside me comes another Marine I'd never met before. He was bigger than any other Marine I'd ever seen. He must have been 6'4" and built in proportion. Gave me a real feeling of security to have such a body here. Anyway, there we were trudging along. The rest of the patrol spread out. Just to start conversation, I said, cold, ain't it? And then I laughed. Here I was with a good chance of getting killed any minute, and I'm talking about the weather. My companion seemed to understand. I heard him laugh softly. I looked at him. I've never seen you before. I thought I knew every man in the outfit. I just joined at the last minute, he replied. The name is Michael. Is that so? That's my name, too. I know, he said, and then we went on. I was too amazed to say anything for a minute. How did he know my name? Then I smiled to myself. Every guy in the outfit knew about me. Hadn't I talked prayer to anybody who would listen? Why, now and then they even referred to me as St. Michael. Neither of us spoke for a time, and then he broke the silence. We're going to have some trouble up ahead. He must have been in fine physical shape, or he was breathing so lightly I couldn't see his breath. Mine poured out in great clouds. There was no smile on his face now. Trouble.
And this is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee sound at. We'll break for 5 seconds to let the radio cool down. This is KF4 KFQ, continuing with Letter to Michael.
Ahead, I thought to myself, well, with the commies all around us, that's no great revelation. Snow began to fall in thick globs. In a brief moment, the whole countryside was blotted out, and I was marching in a white fog of sticky particles. My companions disappeared. Michael, I shouted in sudden alarm. I felt his hand on my arm. His voice was rich and strong. This will stop shortly. His prophecy proved to be correct. In a few minutes, the snow stopped as abruptly as it had begun. The sun was a shining hard disk. I looked back for the rest of the patrol, and there was no one in sight. We lost them in that heavy fall of snow. I looked ahead as we came over a little rise. Mom, my heart stopped. There were 7 of them, 7 commies in their padded pants and jackets, and their funny hats. Only there wasn't anything funny about them now. 7 rifles were aimed at us. Down, Michael, I screamed and hit the frozen earth. I heard those rifles fire almost as one. I heard the bullets. And there was Michael still standing. Mom, those guys couldn't have missed, not at that range. I expected to see him literally blown to bits, but there he stood, making no effort to fire himself. He was paralyzed with fear. It happens sometimes, Mom, even to the bravest. He was like a bird fascinated by a snake. At least that's what I thought then. I jumped up to pull him down, and that's when I got mine. I felt a sudden flame in my chest. I often wondered what it'd be like to be hit. Now I know. I remember feeling strong arms around me, arms that laid me ever so gently on a pillow of snow. I opened my eyes for one last look. I was dying. Maybe I was even dead. I remember thinking, well, this is not so bad. Maybe I was looking into the sun. Maybe I was in shock, but it seemed I saw Michael standing erect again, only this time his face was shining with a terrible splendor. As I say, maybe it was the sun in my eyes, but he seemed to change as I watched him. He grew bigger. His arms stretched out wide. Maybe it was the snow falling again, but there was a brightness around him like the wings of an angel. In his hand was a sword that flashed with 1,000,000 lights. Well, that's the last thing I remember until the rest of the fellows came up and found me. I do not know how much time had passed. Now and then I had but a moment's rest from the pain and the fever. I remember telling them of an enemy up just ahead. Where's Michael? I asked, and I saw them look at one another. Where's who? Michael, the big Marine I was walking with just before the snow squall hit us. Kid, said the sergeant, you weren't walking with anyone. I had my eye on you the whole time. You were getting too far out, and I was just about to call you in when you disappeared in the snow. He looked at me curiously. How'd you do it, kid? How'd I do what? I said, half angry despite my wound. This Marine named Michael and I, we were just, son, Sergeant said, I picked out this outfit. There just ain't another Michael in it. You're my only Mike. He paused for a minute. Just how'd you do it, kid? We heard shots. There hasn't been a shot fired from your rifle. There isn't a bit of lead in them 7 bodies over the hill there. I didn't say anything. What could I say? I only looked open-mouthed with amazement. It was then the sergeant spoke again. Kid, he said gently, every one of those 7 commies was killed by a sword stroke. That's all I can tell you, Mom. As I say, it may have been the sun in my eyes. It may have been the cold or the pain. But that's what happened. Love, Michael.
And this is KF4KFQ. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
Another year, American heroes are fighting in a foreign land, but hopefully with an end in sight to this part of life they hadn't planned. They do their duty without question, and they all stand proud and tall. They are placed there in harm's way as they answer our country's call. They'll get by the best they can and improvise ingenious ways to find a way to celebrate the meaning of the holidays. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men is really kind of hard to do when all around there are folks whose only wish is to kill you. There are far too many families who will never again know the joy that the Christmas time can bring and cruel wartime can destroy. The lucky will return back home, but lives will never be the same, forever changed in heart and mind by humankind's unholy game. They won't be home for Christmas, and sadly some will never be. But all of them share one thing, that's the war hero's legacy. So as you gather around the tree with your loved ones by your side, think about those over there while you enjoy your Yuletide.
And this is KF4KFQ. We dedicate that to all the men and women who are not able to be home with their families, but they are protecting us in their duties. KF4KFQ with this Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic, please call it.
Hello, you've reached the Santa Net and you're on the air.
Hello, yeah, this is Luke again. Hey, if you see my brother Maurice, tell him whatever he does, leave those deer alone. Wait, what's that? Oh, hello, Mr. Deer. Nice deer. Nice deer. Leave me a nice deer. Please. Never mind.
Poor old Luther Maurice. They just get into trouble every Christmas Eve. This is KF4KFQ with Middle Tennessee Santa Net. This is going to be the final call for any stations that have traffic for the net. Please call now.
This is Bruce on board North Pole 1 calling Santa Net Control.
This is Santa Net Control. Go ahead.
This is Bruce working 2-meter mobile on board North Pole 1. Major is Bruce, SLH2.
Net Control recognizes Bruce on board North Pole 1. Go ahead.
We seem to have a lot of company flying around with us tonight. Santa wanted to know if you might have some idea if something special is going on tonight in the Nashville area. Maybe an air show or something.
No, not an air show, but we have had some reports from NORAD regarding unidentified aircraft on their radar flying low in our area, and fighters have been scrambled out of Fort Campbell.
Unidentified aircraft? I know we've been having to dive in and out for the last few minutes.
Yeah, NORAD reported that the aircraft did not have a transponder and did not respond to any radio calls.
Well, thankfully, Santa Slave's fully equipped with all the latest avionics and wait, stand by net control. Looks like our transponder is not turned on. Guess one of the ground elves missed it in free flight. Wouldn't be the first time.
Okay, you've got that turned on now, right?
Roger. Woo! That could have been bad. You know, we can't afford a minute collision tonight.
Okay, Bruce, we're glad we could help out.
Thank you. This is Bruce on board North Pole 1, and we're clear.
This is KF4 KFQ. We're coming up to close to the end of the Santa net. Any stations anywhere that need traffic for the net, please call now.
From the Autopatch, line 5. Go ahead, Colin.
This is Lieutenant Foster again with the North American Radar Air Defense Command.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Our fighters have identified the bogey. It's Santa. Looks like he had some sort of snafu in his sleigh's transponder, but it's corrected now, and he's squawking properly as North Pole 1.
Well, we just finished the QSO with one of our ham operators that's riding with Santa tonight. He confirmed that Santa didn't have his transponder turned on.
We're glad this didn't become a real problem. A lot of boys and girls would have been real disappointed if Santa got delayed tonight.
We are too. It would have been a real disaster if your fighters would have shot down Santa.
Not a chance. We've been tracking Santa for years. He's way ahead of anything we can put in the air, but now that his transponder is back on, we can alert FAA to clear all the traffic in his path. Thank all the amateur radio operators for your help tonight.
Glad we can help.
All right, this is KF4 KFQ with the final call for any stations anywhere with traffic for the Middle Tennessee Santa net.
I would like to take a moment to read the following words that were written a very long time ago. Words that are appropriate at any time of the year. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And all went to be taxed, every one to his own city. And Joseph also went up to Galilee, out of the city called Nazareth, into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, to be taxed, with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was that when they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in the manger, because there was no room for them at the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said to them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, for which shall be to all people. For unto you is born today in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill towards men. Thank you for participating in tonight's net. We invite you to join the net again next December 24th. This session of the Santa net is now secured, and the frequency is returned to normal amateur radio operation. Please direct any email to tony.proctor@comcast.net. From Tony, KF4, KFQ, and all the other elves that helped make this evening possible, Merry Christmas.